Week 11 in the NFL kicks off with the ATL with the New England Patriots taking on the Falcons. Patriots may have gotten off to a sluggish 2-4 start, but have been red hot ever since, winning 4 straight and are only half a game back in the AFC East. This year's version of the Patriots isn't too much different than in recent years past. Their defense making plays all over the field. They're getting balanced production in the run game, and rookie quarterback Mac Jones playing smart and efficient football.
It's just a 3-level game, and when we click on all cylinders, it can be pretty good.
As for the Falcons, any momentum they might have had winning 3 out of 4 coming into Week 10, quickly thrown out the window as they got hammered by the Cowboys.
When you get knocked down, you got to get back up quick, and we've got a Thursday night game this week, and we've got to have a great attitude getting into the building so we can play our best Thursday night.
While it's been nearly 5 years since the infamous 28-3 lead that got away from the Falcons in the Super Bowl, this franchise has not been the same since. Will they take a step in the right direction against the surging Patriots? Or will Belichick and the Pats make it 5 in a row and show they're a legit threat in the AFC? Week 11 is about to get underway. I love how we saw and snuck in that Mac Jones wearing 50 jersey way back early this summer before he changed to 10. Cowboys nearly put 50 on him last week, and defensively, they haven't been good. Outside of Grady Jarrett, maybe A.J. Terrell, no one really to speak of in terms of standouts. You combine that with arguably one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and that is a recipe for disaster tonight. All right, with a look ahead at Thursday Night Football and a couple other things, let's welcome in Jason Canfora, our NFL insider here on CBS Sports HQ. So defensively, we laid it out there, Jason, not good, but what are the chances the Falcons and that defense can bounce back tonight?
I would say not good. Now, look, anything can happen in these games. We've seen that. It's a topsy-turvy league, so I'm not going to say the Falcons can't win. But if the Falcons win, I suspect they score a whole lot of points in the process. Not that that's easy to do against New England's defense. But you said it. There's not individual standouts on the Falcons' defense. There's nothing they do schematically that's particularly effective or worrisome for opponents. They've got a long way to go over there. They hemorrhage points. Most importantly, right at the end of the day, and those were great stats we had up there, but can you get off the field without surrendering points? Is it field goals or touchdowns? And they're bottom 5 in the league in points allowed as a defense. And that's problematic going against a team that has found its offensive groove and mojo. And Atlanta's really not an elite rushing team either, so it's not like they're dictating time of possession to the other team and keeping their bad defense off the field. That bad defense is on the field.
It was never going to be a great defense to begin with historically, but it was thought to be that they could score enough points, right, Jason, to kind of counter that a little bit. When we take a look at Matt Ryan, though, he came into this year, we were thinking, hey, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, you bring in Mike Davis, who filled in nicely for Christian McCaffrey out there in Carolina. None of those have hit for various reasons. What do you think about their offense to this point, coming off a really bad game out in Dallas?
Very hit or miss. You know, there's been weeks, 3-4 weeks ago, it looked like Pitts was really coming on, and he is, but nothing worked against Dallas. That was just an absolutely awful game for them. It got way out of hand way too quickly. It took them out of any ability to stay balanced or execute a game plan that they brought into the game. You know, they were in survival mode from about the fourth possession of that game on. It just completely fell apart. So, look, they've got macro level questions to figure out about the quarterback because where they are as a defense, where they are as an organization, the likelihood of them winning anything of significance ever again with Matt Ryan is probably pretty nil. But this isn't a great quarterback draft, and, you know, they passed on people like Justin Fields a year ago. And there'll be teams that might want a Matt Ryan, but then the question becomes, how does Atlanta get their quarterback? Are they willing to do it in the 2nd or 3rd round with a kid who might be more of a project? So it was always a weird kind of rebuild. They didn't want to call it a rebuild, right? They traded Julio. They didn't really go all out to have, reset the deck completely and trade Matt Ryan. They've reinvested in him a year ago. So I think they're kind of caught in the middle.
Well, Jason, we know the Patriots got their guy, Mac Jones, coming on as of late, and after that slow start to the season, which included that opening loss to the Dolphins there, they've come on strong. They're in the mix right now. What's been different there from week 1 till now?
Oh, a lot. The way they're running the ball, the construction of the offensive line. They've opened up the playbook much more for Mac Jones now than where we were, especially that Week 1 loss. And the defense has regained its ferocity as well, you know. Matt Judon's played half the season there now, and he's dominating every week. You know, Week 1, I think it was, how's he going to fit in? Is he going to be used like he was in Baltimore? Is Belichick going to unlock him in any other way? Well, he certainly has. You know, Week 1, they're still dealing with Stephon Gilmore and his future, and you know, now that's been resolved long ago, and you're seeing J.C. Jackson perform at the level Gilmore once did. But I think it really goes back to the offensive line and them getting 5 guys together who they trust, getting them in defined roles. They're now running the ball into multiple, with multiplicity, with multiple backs. And Mac Jones, every week, they kind of put in another wrinkle for him. They expanded. They were getting nothing out of their tight ends in September. Now, you can see he's building up some real chemistry. So it's an exciting time for New England. They're going to be a formidable team here down the stretch.
All right, Jason Canfora there with a look at tonight's game with both teams. Jason certainly appreciated, again, the Patriots just a half game back of the Bills in the AFC East, but they'll tell you at Caesars Sportsbook, Buffalo still an overwhelming favorite, minus 475. I want to remind you about the Pick Six podcast. Host Will Brinson talking about why Russell Wilson has struggled in his return to football through one game. 49ers can make playoffs, an NFC playoff picture again. Latest edition as Brady Quinn. It's the weekly talk with BQ and Will Brinson. Download and follow the guys today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.